Subdividing land can change its value overnight. You can take it from one user to multiple users and sell it in lots of different ways. People call me all the time and they ask, Luke, what can I do with this land? I've got this land and I want to figure out its highest and best use. What do you think its highest and best use is? They ask in lots of different ways. And I look at their land and I come up with different things they could use the land for. I've talked to lots of people that use land for lots of different things. Some of the properties I look at and say, this one would be great for subdividing. Maybe we could split it in half this way. The regulations would let us split it that way. The access, the attributes, the different things going on to this property, let us split it this way and that way and another way. Maybe it's 3 ways, 5 ways, 10 ways, 50 different ways. The more ways we can split that property, usually the more economics we can get out of that property. Generally, the regulations are stiffer as we get closer to demand and more people want to buy those properties, and easier and less as we get out into the countryside. Rural vacant land, my passion, right? Rural vacant land. And so where the regulations are easier and it's easier to subdivide properties, in the past, there's been less demand, less people going for it. As you get closer to communities and cities, the properties are generally smaller and more subdivided already. And the regulations are stiffer. The hoops you have to jump through are more to be able to subdivide land. But in today's market, we've got Starlink, we've got internet, we can go work from most anywhere. I'm in a beach cafe in Bali right now. There's properties that are in communities where the regulations are really easy to buy a big piece of property and cut them up into smaller pieces. But there's lots of ways to subdivide. It doesn't have to be just land. It could be a property where you can't break it into multiple properties, but you could build multiple buildings on it. It could be one where you can't build multiple buildings, but you could split the building that's there, or you could build a building with multiple doors and multiple uses in that building. It could be a restaurant where you add more tables. It could be a shop where you add more vendors. It could be a hospital where you add more hospital beds. You get the idea. Sometimes it's offices. You make smaller offices out of bigger offices, and you can rent it to more people for more rent than you would be able to rent the whole thing to one person or one company for. Other times they get more creative at taking an office building and adding a cell phone tower to the top of the building. That's another version of subdividing. Apartment complexes like to start charging for parking. That's another way of subdividing. These are all ways of increasing income off of the same property. When you increase the income, you increase the value of that property and you unlock value, and unlocking that value is a value add that makes properties worth more money. That value add is what I'm interested in. That art of how you can add value to different properties, looking at properties, adding value, making them worth more money overnight in the quickest and easiest way possible. I think the best way to start into that is with rural vacant land. In today's market, we've got technology that makes it a lot easier to find these properties, figure them out, cut through the red tape and bureaucracy of what you can and can't do with those properties and make them happen. Split them up in multiple ways and sell them to multiple users. If you want to jump start into these kinds of deals, I do hand holding coaching and I'll walk you through the deals, deal by deal basis with all the numbers, all the specifics, the paperwork and everything, and help you find deals that meet your criteria as well. I'll walk you through your deals and get you set up to make them happen. If you're interested in that, please follow that link in the description below. I can only do that for so many people, so I've got a small window open for a couple people. The sale starts Black Friday. Thanks for listening. Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. See you in the next one.